Welcome back to another issue of DC vs. Vampires. This video is action-packed, so let's not waste any more time and jump right into this. We pick up in Smallville, Kansas, where the vampires are holding humans captive for food. There are two vampires talking about a human on the loose in the area who has been killing their scouts. The big vampire who seems to be in charge of the small group tells the others to go find the straggler and bring back his head. As he is commanding his men, he is shot with an arrow and explodes seconds later. A man is standing on the roof of the barn with a bow and arrow drawn at the ready. The lone man tells the vampires that he made a special mixture of gasoline and holy water just for them, and we see that the man is Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow. He kills every last vampire in the area, and then continues his forward on his mission to free all of the people trapped within the breeding camps. Back at the Blood Farm, we see two vampire guards making their patrol rounds and harassing a human prisoner by the name of Cole Cash, aka the Grifter. Green Arrow is in the background disguised as a tumbleweed. He lets his first arrow fly, killing the first guard. Grifter immediately grabs the scarf of the other guard in order to keep him from sounding the alarm. Green Arrow used this opportunity to quickly drop the next vampire, and then follow up by asking Grifter when the boss of the camp comes out. Grifter tells him that the big man is rarely ever seen, and it would take nothing shy of a full-scale assault to get his attention. Oliver kills two more incoming guards and tells Grifter he'll be back later that day. Grifter thinks Oliver must be suicidal for even wanting to attempt the mission, but now has some form of hope for the others in the camp. Later that day, back at the Blood Farm, two vampire guards are discussing the missing patrol units around the area. During their discussion, an arrow flies through the air, killing one of the vampires. And the next panel we see is arguably the coolest Green Arrow has ever looked. He is standing alone with arrows surrounding him, and he is telling the vampires he's ready to speak with their boss. Slowly, the gates to the inner circle of the Blood Farm open, and hundreds of vampires come pouring out. It looks like Oliver is shooting his arrows faster than he ever has, and he fires on into the face of doom. A large creature by the name of Loose Cannon comes leading the charge of vampires. After seeing this, I doubt the dude with arrows is gonna survive this one. Looks like I'm wrong, at least for now. Oliver puts an arrow in each eye of the beast, and it drops. The monster still has some fight in him, and grasps onto Green Arrow tight. Oliver gets the upper hand, and is about to land the killing blow, but is stopped by a hand. This is the hand of the vampire Hawkman, the boss of the Smallville Blood Farms. Hawkman grabs Green Arrow by the throat and flies up into the air. The two former allies calmly greet one another, and we are left wondering what happens next. Let's go check in on Supergirl and her team's mission to sail across the ocean, find a way into space, and then solar charge Supergirl. After a long boat ride, they finally made it to their destination, Australia. Black Manta notices that everything around them is too quiet, and Steel tells Mance that it's not too abnormal. At that moment, an army of vampire warriors from Atlantis come raging from the sea, and Steel goes to wake the others. Steel, Jaina, Black Manta, and Supergirl are all fighting for their lives. Black Manta recognizes the warriors as the Royal Guard, which can only mean one thing. Aquaman, King of the Oceans, is close behind. And in most circumstances, I would say who cares, it's only Aquaman. But this is literally the one place he can be useful, directly in the ocean. He sends an absolute absurd amount of water hurtling towards the humans, and it knocks everyone for a loop. Black Manta rises from the tides and yells for Arthur to face them. Arthur then responds by saying that Black Manta is an imposter, and he knows this because he killed him in the first few days of the war. He then asks what coward imposter would dare call out the king. And in a total twist of things, Black Manta takes off the helmet to reveal Queen Mara, Arthur's former wife. Arthur goes into the water to battle Mara, and soon rises out to speak with Supergirl. He wants her to willingly join them, to become a vampire, and serve Nightwing. Jaina takes the form of a water bear, and attacks Aquaman from behind, but again, this is his domain. He completely obliterates Jaina without any struggle or hesitation. Steel swings his hammer at Arthur, but he is really no match for the vampire king of the sea. Luckily, Queen Mara swoops back into the fight and takes her former husband to the depths. Sadly, the impact of the tackle ripped the boat in half and it began to sink fast. The depowered Supergirl gets tangled up on some rope and cries for help. Before anyone is close enough to hear her, we see her being pulled to the cold ocean floor below. I know, another cliffhanger. Now let's go see how the last team is doing on their mission into Gotham. Their ultimate goal is to kill Nightwing, since he is the leader of the vampires. The group is following Harley Quinn because she is the only human to escape Gotham alive, and claims she knew ways in and out of the city. The problem seems to be that every way they go, they're blocked off, so obviously the place has changed since she's last been here. Harley suggests that the only way they can get in is by going over the water. Black Canary thinks that's stupid because Power Girl would see them and kill them within seconds. Moments later we see Frankenstein grabbing a small wooden boat and the girls trying to talk strategy, even though this is basically a suicide mission because Power Girl has the same powers as Superman, so she'll probably see them miles away and slaughter them. But then out from the shadows comes Damian Wayne, who if you remember was turned into a vampire by Nightwing in a previous video. Damian tells them that he may be a vampire now, but he is the best chance that the group has of getting into Gotham alive. Unexpectedly, it looks like Damian is their best hope. And that is where we will end issue 9. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am. Tell me what you think of the story so far down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for the few of you still viewing this. Thanks for watching.